The reason why music is so important and so vital to our beings is because it emotionally connects us to our emotional part of our brain, the subconscious, the part that we are not really aware of, but we have the ability to be aware of it because your subconscious is controlling 99.9% of your reality. So if your subconscious is being manipulated and programmed through your emotions, through the music that you listen to, it has a direct correlation of what is being projected outside of you. That's why the music industry is so vital. That's why music makes you emotional. It makes you emotional because, for one, it's connecting to your emotional part of your brain, which is emotions play a big role on how we really manifest shit. You have to have emotion behind what you want to happen before it happens. In 1939, the musical standard was switched from 432 to 442. I mean 440. Why? Why did they change the standard? Because they're aware of what music does psychologically to us. If I was to play a frequency and that frequency makes me feel a way, then that way is being felt and is being controlled. It's controlling what the narrative. It's controlling my aura, my energetic field, the frequency around me, the frequency within me is controlling that. And then at the end of the day, we have a chakra system up our spinal cord. The chakra system is energy vortexes that, what do vortexes do? They pull things within. So them vortexes, there's 7 chakras. What they are doing is pulling into our energetic field what is around us, what we are hearing, what we are seeing through our senses. And not even that, it's more of the aspect of everything that we perceive and project and see is being pulled through them senses, and they are basically antennas of information that is coming within our body. So if they're able to send a frequency into us that is not in harmony with our bodies and our experience and our existence, then we're going to be unbalanced. And then what causes unbalance? Dis-ease. All dis-ease is dis-ease in the body. So if I can become ill due to the frequencies that is being projected into me, my subconscious, which is programmed in aspects that things you've done or the way you feel for many, many of years. That's why it's so important to get away and focus on reprogramming your subconscious. Because I feel like 90% of your subconscious is stuff that you were raised in. You were raised in environments where you didn't have really, most people didn't have a say-so about what went on. So their subconscious was being programmed and manipulated from that, from the family, from your friends, from people around you, from school. So the way that you can reprogram your subconscious is do things opposite of what you grew up and was raised in. Simple things that you've always done, like brush your teeth with your opposite hand. And as you're reprogramming your subconscious with that, consciously, because you unconsciously know how to brush your teeth. You unconsciously do it the same way every single day. So to change your subconscious, to change something that you've done unconscious forever, do something consciously in the aspect of brushing your teeth the opposite hand, you're consciously going to be aware of that, but it's subconsciously reprogramming. It's subconsciously reprogramming your subconscious, or consciously reprogramming your subconscious. And then while you're consciously reprogramming your subconscious with just that little aspect, look in the mirror and speak things of what you want to happen. And that's how you reprogram your subconscious. Because emotions play a big part in your subconscious, because you can have a feeling and that feeling is so programmed in your subconscious, you don't even know why you're feeling that. Like, that's what music does. It taps into your subconscious. You don't need conscious of that. Emotions is more of a subconscious thing. It's so programmed from things that we've been through that music plays a part in you perceiving and you being emotional about your subconscious. It's not, when you hear music, you're not being emotional about what you're consciously aware of, because you can be consciously aware of things as far as you can you can rise every day and speak affirmations. But if you emotionally and subconsciously don't feel those things, then it's not really resonating, and your subconscious is not feeling those, it's not seeing those, it's not perceiving those, it's not externally projecting those. So you have to be aware when you have an emotion about music. It's your subconscious. It's your subconscious programmed throughout many, many of years of emotions that were layered onto each other, to the aspect of you then feel what your subconscious is going through the music. That's why the music industry is so at the end of the day, right now, it's so bland. The music industry is so fucking bland of shit, because they're aware of 90% of people's subconscious is fucked up. Because what you've been through, and you haven't been able to reprogram that. So if I can push this low vibrational frequencies, these low vibrational music topics, you're going to feel those more, because you're in a survival state. You're living in an emotional survival state. Your subconscious, that's all your subconscious knows. Your subconscious doesn't know wealth. Your subconscious doesn't know freedom. Your subconscious doesn't know abundance, love, joy. Consciously, and you feel that, you feel your subconscious playing a big vital role when you're around people you do love. You don't have to think about that shit. It's subconsciously rooted in you. That's why it's important to be around people you love, because it can reprogram your subconscious too. Everything is about your subconscious. 90% of reality is the subconscious, which is what we aren't really conscious of, aware of all the time. That's why it's important to reprogram your subconscious. And it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy, because it's layers and layers of trauma and experiences that are emotionally attached to us, to where when we hear the music, it reattaches those emotions that are subconsciously in us. You can do anything you want. Let me not say can't. But it is very difficult to experience a new reality when subconsciously you haven't been through those things that subconsciously already are in you. It plays a vital role that you subconsciously break those narratives, programs that you grew up experiencing, because that's what's going to play the parts of the experience that you experience. And that's why the music industry is so important. That's why these artists are pushed. They sell out, and they project so much low vibrational shit, because if the music industry can have our bodies our vessels distorted and not in harmony with the natural resonance of us, which is nature. We are nature, nature is us, everything is one. If they can have us go against that, they have us in the aspects of we're going to be ill, dis-ease. And then after that, we're going to be wanting to be on demon time and live in a low vibrational state. That's all demon time is. That's all what a demon is a low vibrational state. At the end of the day, we're living in duality. You have low vibrational states and high vibrational states. They are projections of what's inside of us. You can't live within the low vibrational state and expect to have high vibrational energy. You can't do that. That's not how it works. Just like you have children of light, you have children of dark. Some want to do that. Some beings want to experience a low vibrational state. Some beings are a low vibrational state. And they needed a vessel, they needed a human vessel to experience that low vibrational state, because vibration doesn't have a body. Vibration embodies the body. The low vibrational states embody the body. So they needed an avatar to express what they are beyond this reality type shit. So if the music industry can play the part of making you emotional, making you feel, which is your subconscious, it makes you feel a way to where whatever you're feeling is projecting outwards. That's why the narrative of music is so pushed and bland and fucking the same shit, just a different hook behind it. Because they know I have the beings that are in control that want us to fucking destroy ourselves. They know if I can control the way that this being feels an emotion during a song that makes them emotionally about their subconscious, I can control 90% of their reality. That's all it is. And when you understand that the same industry, the same music industry that signed these people, which are under contracts, which is a contract basically is selling your soul, because you can't express what we are if you sign a contract about and you have limitations of what you can do and can say. That's selling your soul. Your soul is eternal. You can't sell it on a third dimension and think that once I pass over, you might still be buying to that contract. That's how wicked these contracts are. You might still be buying to that contract. That's why you gotta watch what you fucking do. But the same energies that control the music industry, they own 90% of the prisons as well. Why do you think they're projecting certain narratives and certain music? Because they're going to get that money right back. Okay, I just signed a contract for $20 million. I can and can't do this. I know I can talk about what I've done, and I know I can talk about what happened during my upbringing. Then what? A RICO is being charged with the feds, and it's going to come for you type shit. So once you go into prison is a non-funded organization, or it's a nonprofit. So that nonprofit is not profiting. So like I can go to work and it's not a nonprofit because I am making money from that. It's a profitable organization. A nonprofit is like prisons, churches. They're giving money. No, they're getting money, but they're not giving money, if that makes sense. It's something like that. But anyways, at the end of the day, music is very important. It's very vital. We feel when we listen to music. Music is beautiful, but it's so bland and so distorted nowadays that you can see what it's doing to society. And no one's really aware of what it's doing, but it's doing it. Don't get me wrong, I still listen to music. I still listen to the J. Cole's. I still listen to the Young Boys. I still listen to those type of things. But I'm subconsciously aware to the point where I've been there. I can empathize with what I'm listening to. And it brings me a sense of gratitude to the point where I escape that the narrative that is, or the experience that those beings that I'm listening to are going through. I empathize with them because it's like 90% of us has been in a place of suffering. And that's all that soul is doing, is suffering, and it's being projected through the music. So I can listen to that and I can empathize, but also I'm grateful that I'm not at that suffering point no more. So it brings me a sense of joy, but also it brings me a sense of gratitude that I've overcome those low extremities and energies of me. Because most of the music, you hear it through the music, there are suffering energies that are in bind from a contract that they just signed. So now they are projecting it through the music, but also there's energies within them after signing that contract that they don't even know is there. They feel it's there, but they're not aware of what they just did. Consciously, subconsciously, their soul knows, like, you just did that, and that shit ain't going away no time soon. You're bonded to a contract. So the music industry plays a correlation in every aspect of reality that is controlling 90% of the narrative of the population. So just be mindful of that when you are hearing music and you're like, damn, this shit got me emotional right now. Reprogram your subconscious. Go brush your teeth the opposite. Tie your shoe the opposite. Be conscious of your unconscious. Then you will open up your subconscious to get universal downloads that you don't need no one to tell you what's going on. It's already it's already within you. Your subconscious is just not ready to perceive it because it's so programmed in what you've been through, the emotions that you feel, the emotions and experiences that you've been through. It's traumatic. It's going to be hard because there's been years and years and years of programming. So the musical standard is very vital to evolution. Because if I am wanting to get somewhere else, I'm going to have to do things that I've never done. So if I can feel from this music emotions that I previously felt, I'm not going nowhere else. I'm going to stay the same because them emotions are controlling my reality. All emotion is energy in motion. So if your subconscious is dictating the energy in motion, the emotion, then whatever your subconscious is programmed to, whatever you have been experiencing from years and years and years, emotionally, is the energy that's in motion within your body. Your chakra system is being manipulated. It's distorted. It's out of balance. It's out of alignment. How do you align it? You feed it things that'll help it grow. You become conscious of what you're allowing into you. Because all them chakras are doing They're like spinning wheels. They're spinning all the time. Boom, 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 boom. All the time. And why that spinning is happening, it's so when you spin something, stuff can get lodged into that and spin within you. So if you can spin it faster and faster and spin them all, that's really how you reach the Christ consciousness. In the Bible, it doesn't say Jesus Christ is returning. It says the Christ consciousness is returning. It's the Kundalini rising. It's about feeding those chakra systems things to help it spin faster and align together. And subconsciously, emotions that you felt 20 years ago is not going to realign those. So you're going to be distorted, disease in the body. You're going to have illness. You're going to feel how you always felt. So just be mindful about what you're allowing within. But at the end of the day, if your subconscious is you see all that shit I'm talking about, it's so difficult to reprogram your subconscious to the way it is, but it's not, because it's just so many layers of trauma and emotions. It's easy, but it's a daily aspect that you have to do. Just as all that you have to go through, once you reprogram it, none of the external shit matters. None of the external shit matters, because your subconscious is reprogrammed to what you want to happen. If you reprogram your subconscious for wealth, abundance, gratitude, patience, love, it's that. It's not going to be easy to reprogram it again because your emotions are rewired. So if I listen to this music, which I do now, I listen to the music now, it's not going to control my subconscious, because those beliefs, those experiences are not beliefs no more. They're known, and my subconscious is rewritten, and my reality is changed. It's a new experience. So that's why the musical standard was switched. The Nazis back in the day, they switched it because they wanted to control people. They wanted to manipulate people. It's about manipulation. You can go to a job every single day and be manipulated on things you don't want to do. Why? Because you don't think you have the ability and control to do something different, to create what you want to create. So, grateful for anybody who tunes in. Merch coming soon. Please like, share, subscribe to the Wise to Wise podcast. It will definitely help the algorithm as far as me gaining traction to help beings who want help, to want to grow. I'm just planting seeds though. I can't do it all, and neither can you. Some people need mentors. Some people need external experiences to go within. And that's all this is. And I'm so grateful for everyone who tunes in and watches the full video, because you don't have to be here and I don't have to be here. But this is what my soul is urging me to do every single day. And it's something I'm passionate about. So, like, comment how you feel about this video. I know I could have added more, but my last video got cut short. So I'm going to stop it here. Wholeness, love, stay great. My video got cut short. So, at the end of the day, you just got to be conscious of what your subconscious is getting. And that's really difficult to do when you're not really aware of the experiences that you're going through. And that's why the music industry is so fucking powerful. That's why they get paid so much, because the amount of controlling that they are doing within every human being is crazy. It's really controlling 90% of people. So you can't really, that's how the music industry stays alive, is if they can push a narrative onto the people then that narrative is going to be projected in every aspect of life. And then once that narrative is projected, it is just funding more of the music industry. For example, 90% of music industry owners, the record label owners, they own 90% of the prisons, as well as Big Pharma. Everything is connected in the aspect of the industry. Every industry is connected to the same to a different industry. It's all connected. So if they can project, if they can push negative, low vibrational frequencies and music, they're just going to. So if someone signs a contract for $20 million, and that 20 million, the artist gets that 20 million every so often, whatever they do, whatever they have to do. However, they're pushing certain narratives. They're getting RICOs. They're pushing gangs and all this shit. Then what happens? They go to prison. Then what happens? The money that the state funds, or the people who, I don't know who funds the prisons. I think it's a government thing. Whoever funds the prisons is getting that money back. Because you have to, basically, people that are in prison, they are a dollar sign at the end of the day, because they're getting paid for them people in prison. It's not like they're losing money from people in prison. It's like a organized organization. No, that's not what I'm looking for. But it's a non-profit. It's a non-profit to where the people that are there aren't profiting from it. Just like a church. The church profits from people being there, but the people don't profit from being. Some people might profit from being there. I don't want to say that. But churches are just institutions, just like prisons are. It's just another form of business that money's coming in, but you're not pushing no money out. Type shit. So just be mindful why the musical standard in 1939 was switched from 432 to 440. Why did beings like Bob Marley, get blackballed? Because they were pushing the frequency of love. The frequency of love is 432 Earth. It's the natural resonance of nature. So if we're going, a lot of 90% of what's going on is so we go against nature, which is an external reflection of us. Everything is one. Nothing is separate. So if we go against our natural state, then we're not going to be what we are. Everything's full circle, bro. I'm telling you, bro, gal, whoever you are, everything is full circle. Just keep in mind that we are the experiment. We are that. Don't become another statistic just because where you grew up, where you came from, what you are, how you are. Don't become another program. Anybody that hasn't unplugged is liable to be an agent. Unplug from this shit, bro. This system is designed for you to evolve. And I already have a video on that, so I'm not going back into that. Just know that the musical standard was switched for a reason, because music, healthcare, prisons, everything is connected to where if I push this frequency onto them, they're going to get sick with disease. Then what? They're going to come to my healthcare institution, and then what? Give me my money back. It's a full circle. That's all it is. And everything that is in the healthcare system is right outside. They're just funding from it. They basically institution. That's the thing about nature. Nature you can't make nature like your property type shit. It's damn near impossible. So it was either the Rothschilds or the Rockefellers. They, to make profit and call a part of nature theirs, they put, I want to say oil. I think it was oil. They put oil in some pills. I think fish, no, not fish oil. They put oil in pills so they can industrialize nature. You can't industrialize nature. And they've done it. That's why they're putting shit in the food, because then they can claim that it's theirs, that they made it what it is. Because I'm out of here. I know I'm rambling, but at the end of the day, this is about how powerful music is. How powerful frequencies are, because frequency is everything. A thought is a frequency. Whatever you think about is what you create. I promise. Whatever you think about is what you create. Action. First a thought, then action. Then steps to that action, and then action. And then it manifests. That's how it works. I'm out of here. Merch coming soon. Grateful for everyone who tunes in. Wholeness, vibrations. I'm out.